Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and boy, oh boy, was this an episode of Chucky. What the fuck is Mary Jane doing? Mary Jane, get out of the fucking... She did it again? Oops, she did it again. Season 3, Episode 6, entitled Panic Room. And I went through a wave of emotions, up and down, on if I was enjoying this episode, if I liked this episode. Ultimately, I'm coming down to I liked it. But it did have some questionable moments. At the beginning, we see Henry, this poor kid. He is talking to old man Chucky, and there's just something extra creepy about old man Chucky. I mean, he still sounds the same, he still acts the same, he just looks like he's 80 or whatever years old. And I thought at first that when Henry was going through the halls that he was going to find his dead father and freak out. I was waiting for that, but that did not happen. No. Because then we cut to the wife and the Secret Service guy. They're already in the room. They've already found the president's dead body. And I thought to myself, really? We're not going to see her reaction? We don't see the moment of her walking into the room, seeing the body and screaming and freaking out and being hysterical, even if he calms her down. We skipped all that? I mean, I'm not saying other people probably gave a shit about it, probably didn't even think about it, but I just kind of thought, man, that was a sort of a missed opportunity, a wasted opportunity to have that. But whatever. You see she starts to break down and freak out because the Secret Service guy, he still wants to keep all this quiet, even though the president is dead. Even though it's like, how do you fake your way out of this? Although I cannot believe how they eventually went about trying to fake their way through this. It was kind of, I think that's when the episode turned around for me. You see the wife, she wakes up the kids, she's trying to get them to leave, she's trying to say that we're gonna leave this fucking place, go to Chicago. And the Secret Service people were being weird. Like the one guy that was hugging her for too long, I thought they were about to kill her because they didn't trust whether she would stay quiet or sort of not freak out, not tell the kids. So I thought they were going to kill her right then and there. They did not. The idea that the Secret Service has sort of been through this before, that they're not really, that's why they weren't surprised or shocked, or that's why they weren't freaking out. It kind of explains that guy's motivation a lot more, of why he was just sort of nonchalant about keeping it quiet. I guess I'm more surprised that she went along with it for so long, because of course he uses that back against her because he has her recorded audio saying that she'll go along with keeping all this quiet. And then they introduce a double. They bring back Devon Sawa. This guy, this is like his 5th different character that he's played now. So he's the double, just a lookalike of the president. And they said that, hey, we've had to do this a bunch of times. Whenever the president dies over some maybe accident or something that we don't want to explain to the public, we bring in doubles. This has happened before. Now, who knows if that has happened in real life or not? Maybe it has. Fuck it. Right? What do I know? But just the concept of that, the idea of that, I found hilarious. That, like, Devon Sawa is just playing a completely different guy right now. And it's very awkward. I was hoping that maybe he would put on, like, an accent or an exaggerated voice, because otherwise he just sounded the same. But, like, I wish he sounded more like a completely different dude. He did act completely different, though, so that was appreciated. And then there was a commercial of like a Chucky skincare cream like product. And at first I was like, what? Is this real? I had to rewind it and rewatch it, and I saw at the very end, not a real product. I said, okay, well, thank God. Because, my God, can you imagine what type of shit that skin cream would do to you? So then we see that Lexi and the gang, let's just call them Lexi and the gang, she's able to get the brother, or, the other son of the president, to invite them over for dinner. I doubt that they would have, like, I'm talking about the Secret Service people, that they would have allowed people to visit like that, or that they would have okayed them coming over. I feel like they would have had this place on lockdown. But you have to go along with this for the story. Lexi gets in there, and she has a moment with this kid. They are playing piano and singing a cappella of Fear the Reaper. And I would normally say, if this was any other song, I would say this is overused and overdone. It's still probably true, but that song is so fucking good. I just heard it not that long ago in a movie, so that's why it's like when I heard it again now, I thought, okay, this song again. But it was a cappella, they sang it, it sounded cool, so I'm not going to complain about it. Lexi gets to a point where she's tired of the games, she's tired of the charades. She tells this dude, what's his name? What the fuck is Henry's brother's name? Well, she tells him that what's really going on, that Chucky is a murderer, that your family's in danger, and that there's some crazy shit going on. And I was surprised that he was just kind of like, man, so that's why you wanted to get, like, he wasn't even shocked. He wasn't even in disbelief. I was waiting for the moment where he was like, fuck you, this is crazy, get out. Now, maybe just because we're this late into the season that we just had to have him believe her so easily. Or maybe he's so in love with Lexi that she could say fucking anything to him and he'll just go along with it. So there you go. The wife has a scene where she sees the ghost of the president, of Devon Sawa. And it was kind of creepy when he was just standing there in the background of her, looking at her, and like skin was sort of blue colored, and like he wasn't saying anything. And I thought maybe he was gonna try to tell her that the doll killed him, but no, he just sort of screams with his eyes missing, because that's how he died. And yeah, don't get me wrong, that was creepy, and that was definitely a creepy image, but I am not on board with this whole ghost thing. It feels forced, it feels random, it feels shoved into the series. Chucky, in general, has had, 7 movies, 3 seasons of this TV show, and this is the first time we've introduced ghosts. It just, maybe other people don't give a fuck. Maybe other people are like, fuck yeah, we're all about ghosts being in the Chucky thing. And by the end of this episode, you understand why they decided to bring in ghosts, or the concept of ghosts in the first place. And so I get it. I mean, I guess I'm curious to see where it goes, but I don't think so far I like it. We see Chucky, he gets this gun from a safe, gets Henry to bring him over. They see the double of the president, and I love that Chucky immediately knew that it wasn't the real guy, because I thought he was going to be freaked out that he was alive, but no, he was like, you don't even look like the guy. That was funny. And they go, they're going to go to the war room and launch the nuclear codes, right? That's the plan. They go to the elevator with one of the guards. The guards can tell that, like, the president, fake president, did that guard know that he wasn't really the president? I don't know how many guards knew. Like, how deep did this run? But he realizes that something's up, so he's going to call it in. Chucky shoots dudes in the face. And then he shoots another guy on the floor that they go to, shoots him a bunch of times, then stabs him with a pen. But I did like the moment where Chucky had a speech where he talked about how much he doesn't like guns because it's not personal enough. Like, he prefers to stab, so that makes sense for a slasher character to feel that way. But I also like that he brought back the idea that he himself was shot with a gun. And that's true. That's how his human form died in the original Child's Play. So that was a nice callback. That was decent writing to give Chucky a reason to not like guns. He'll still use it if he's in a rush. So there's that. You have the moment where Chucky is getting the president to do the codes and start launching, I think, 3 missiles, 1 to Russia, 1 to somewhere else, and 1 to the North Pole. Even though nobody's there, he just hates Santa Claus or the idea of Santa Claus. And so there's this whole skirmish of like, are they really going to do this? Like, I'm trying to figure out, are they going to have Chucky win and kill all these people? He has a speech where he wants to go down as the greatest and biggest serial killer of all time, launching these missiles, killing billions of people. And then Lexi and the gang, they come in, and Lexi's trying to stop them from killing Chucky because she wants to know where her sister is. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's what Lexi has been trying to do this entire season, is find out where her sister is. I completely forgot about her sister. I don't even know if there's an answer on where her sister is. Like, maybe the reveal will be that her sister's been dead. I remember the last time, or one of the last times we saw her, the sister was with Chucky in that cab when he killed Kenan Thompson. So I don't know exactly where she fits in or what she's doing. Chucky gets shot, though, by one of the guards. Or did the fake president, shoot him? Either way, Chucky died, does not get to finish the missiles, although he's able to say fuck Santa, push the button, launch only one missile that went to the North Pole. His last words as a doll being fuck Santa is kind of hilarious. And then, at first I'm like, okay, so what's going on here? Like, it felt like a finale. It felt like a season finale, at least. Like, I'm sure you could have finagled and bullshitted your way into saying, there's another doll, right? Why not? But it just was like, I didn't know, don't we still have like 2 more episodes left? Then, they cut to the hallway, and you see Brad Dourif. And it's old Brad Dourif. I mean, I know that Brad Dourif is older, but it took me a second to be like, wait, huh? What's going on? Oh, he's a ghost now? And I guess him being old because the Chucky doll had aged and was old, I guess it actually kind of, maybe, sort of, does it make sense that ghost Brad Dourif, ghost Charles Lee Ray, is old? I'm not going to think too hard about it, because being able to get Brad Dourif physically acting for like the first time as Chucky since, what was that movie where Fiona Dourif, we saw flashbacks of him actually being Chucky or Charles Lee Ray again. It's going to be cool. It's going to be interesting to see him in the flesh, sort of. I still don't know if I like the ghost concept, but if it was an excuse to do this, I'm at least willing to give it a chance. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? What do you think of the whole ghost theory, the whole ghost concept? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!